Two, one, we are going live here. So let's just adjust this. So I'm going to do a pretty long presentation talking about social media and organic reach. Doing a little pitch for my workshop coming up at the end of March. I will put a link to that. And let's just get started. So I'm going to shrink this here because it's not about me, right? It's about you guys. And I'm looking down at my phone so I can answer your messages. I've also got my iPad Pro here, so I will be able to and organic reach and answer your messages. Sorry, might be a little feedback here. Okay. Yeah, and organic test. Okay. So just to let you know that this is live, this is real deal, Holyfield. So it seems like Facebook has turned into this. Hey, good morning. Facebook has turned into this generation's Yellow Pages. I didn't put the S at the end over there. But if you guys remember the Yellow Pages, it was this big, fat book that publishers used to throw onto your driveway or onto your stoop, depending on what part of the country you're from. And that's where a whole generation past used to get their information, used to, get informed about the world and businesses around them. It was a source of trust. It became a source of advertising. Well, I'm sure that's what it was at the very beginning. But it also became kind of a joke, There was so much information there that people didn't find it useful. So and I've said this a million times before, Facebook is turning into this generation's Yellow Pages. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When was the last time you used a physical book called the Yellow Pages or the White Pages or the directory? I remember as a kid putting it on the floor and using it as a step stool. So it had many, many different uses. The other thing that I've come to believe in, that the Facebook news stream, formerly known as the Facebook wall, has turned into like the bathroom stall. Everything goes up there. There's so much stuff. I just read yesterday that over 1,500 posts every 2 minutes just directly to your news stream or your wall, So that's why the algorithm in Facebook is constantly changing. And, it seems like organic reach isn't reaching anymore. I heard a scary statistic that of all the things you post organically, your friends, your family, your connections maybe see 5 to 2% of them, because the wall is updating so fast and is so personal to how you use Facebook. Really interesting stuff. I went to this big meeting yesterday. The other thing I want to talk about is, hello, good morning, is the death of email. I mean, of course, email will never go away, but how many fake email addresses do you have? When you want to get the free information, you want to get the free ebook, the free audio, the free video, you put in your dummy email, and maybe you check it, maybe you don't. I don't know about you, but I get hundreds, sometimes thousands of emails a day. Some of the stuff I never see because, I know Gmail has certain filters that if they think it's spam, and I never see it. So the email open rates, again, another startling statistic, are about 2 to 3%. You really got to be on the lookout for special emails that you're expecting, and you might give a different private email or an important email that you deemed in your mind, But do the marketers know that? Do the marketers know how many emails you have? Do the marketers know how to get past your spam filters? A lot of email marketers still ask, please whitelist our email address to be sure that you get it. I mean, there's so many steps in getting an email. And I don't know if you're like me, I have my finger on the trigger of what I'm going to delete first. That's kind of how I sort. And then I go down the side from the from column, and if I recognize who it's from, maybe I'll open it, But again, this is just my personal experience with email. Another thing I'd like to talk about, I'm doing this live, so thanks for bearing with me. Another thing I want to share with you guys is funnel engagement. Again, the funneling process of sending a prospect or a potential client or a friend or a relative to a website, a landing page, again, you have about 6 seconds to capture somebody's attention on your website, on your web page. I mean, there's billions and billions. I have it written down here. Billions of websites out there. Who does that anymore? Who writes down, www.suchandsuch.com, types it on their phone, because our phone screens. Good morning. Hello. Oh, nice. Our screens are so small, people prefer to use apps, people prefer to use direct messaging, private messaging. And that's really what I'm talking about here. We found in our company that we spend a lot of time online on social media, the different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all these social media sites, well, almost all of them, have a private messaging. And if we direct, our questions and our comments, because some people are afraid to put questions and comments in the live, people are leery now about Facebook. Let's just be honest, right? Yep, I agree too. People are leery. So we come right out and say, hey, if you have further questions, feel free to ask us in our private messaging. Send us a private messenger. And that way, people feel a lot safer. People feel a lot more direct connected to us and to our team. And the other cool thing is you can have several Facebook messaging little columns or whatever, because I have my personal profile page has a Facebook Messenger, my Facebook page has a messenger, so there's different ways people can reach you. And then if you really want to get into it, Facebook offers a little bit of automation. They call them bots, where you can have messages go out instantly. And I just saw yesterday at our meeting, there's a new software out that actually lets you do a Facebook Messenger pre-scheduled campaign. Pretty cool stuff. It's like bulk email messaging for Facebook. So they've taken the email mechanism of like dripping out stuff and then applied it to Facebook Messenger. Super powerful stuff. A lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline. The next topic I want to talk about is the video length debate. Okay, hey Rachel, what's up? We all love to upload video. There's still people who are leery of going live because they feel vulnerable, and we'll talk about that later. But my understanding from our meeting yesterday is that the video length, especially inside YouTube, YouTube prefers longer videos, which is kind of cool, but I feel like they're catering to the bigger producers, who have who have the means to produce content. And I'm talking about broadcasters, traditional cable. I got something in my teeth. Cable. I had an apple this morning. Yes. Traditional broadcasters, cable TVs, local affiliates. I feel, and again, this is just my opinion, that YouTube is catering to these big content producers. These little guys like me who produce video with their cameras, their phones, their iPads, their computers, this is about it. I can sit here and talk and yammer and jammer. I can do, I can move this stuff around, right? Woohoo, cool. But it's not as visually stimulating as all this other stuff that's on YouTube. So how do the little guys compete with that? And why do you think that Facebook is promoting longer videos? And I heard Facebook is also doing that too. their rankings, the algorithm, the mysterious algorithm, will prefer if there's two videos about the same topic, even by the same content producer, the organic reach will be higher for the longer video. Again, that's my understanding of what I attended at my meeting yesterday. Super, really interesting stuff. Would love your comments. Make sure to hit us up in the private messenger. I'm going to switch now to one more thing that I think is always important. You know, the thing that conveys the most on social media is the experience. The experience, you know. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Haha, that's funny. I wonder if I can fix it here live. Let's see. Experrience. Experrience. Did I have that right? See? Cool. I fixed it live here on Facebook. People are coming online for an experience. You know, it started so many years ago, decades ago, where people used social media to be social and connect, and now it's turning into a huge commercial enterprise. I mean, it's been that way for a long, long time, but now it's just blatant, it's obvious, it's in your face, and the things that convey the most online on the news feed are emotions. You know, if you get upset about politics, if you get upset, they're trying to trigger these upset emotions in you to get you to comment, like, and share, and go, this is BS. You know, it's shock. It's like shock radio all over again. But again, my opinion, what is your experience online? What are the emotions? And can you really duplicate? Hello. Can you really, I'm looking at my messages here, can you really duplicate an experience online? And the reason why I put the Prince symbol up there is because it's one thing to listen to Prince's music as a download or on a CD, vinyl, if you're old like me, cassettes. That's one thing, you know, to listen to it in your car. Great, you're surrounded by the sound. It will evoke an emotion. But if you see Prince live, that's an experience. And he knew that. I mean, he got to the point where he was giving his CDs away with the ticket prices, with the programs. In England, they gave it away in the daily newspaper or the big Sunday newspaper. He knew that the hard physical product of a CD was just his business card, you know, to get people to see him at the show. Because I mean, it's just basic math. You have to literally sell millions and millions of CDs or millions and millions of downloads to make money, you know, because people give that stuff away for free. Like right now, Facebook is providing free live video product already. So the switch, and again, this is years ago already, and I'm just looking at it in hindsight, that Prince knew that the CD, it was just a business card, a flyer to get people to his show, because that's where, you know, more money is made, more experiences, more emotions are happening when you're seeing somebody live. So that's my opinion on that, and that's why I love to talk about Prince and the experience he created for me in my life. Let's go to the next little thingy here. There it is. I call it social media marketing like a boss. March 30th and 31st, right here, live in Las Vegas. We are having a workshop that will talk all things social media. And we all have different social media experiences, of course. Some people use it for marketing. Some people use it to socialize. Imagine that. And some people do it for education, because there's a lot of cool things online, especially in social media with video. There are whole entire lessons on YouTube. There are whole entire websites dedicated to learning. So I learned from one of my mentors that the two types of videos that work are educational and entertainment. Obviously, entertainment seems to be the big thing right now. So what we're going to talk about on day one, this is just a quick little PowerPoint slide here. I'm trying to format it correctly. Oops, what am I doing? Anyways, let's see. How do I? Oh, there it is. Okay, so on day one, we're just gonna sit in a room, and you're not gonna get the boring. Doggone it. You're not going to get the boring PowerPoint slides like I'm fiddling with right now. Fit to screen. Let's try that. Okay, boom. So we're going to talk about what is social media today, because it's different. It's very different to different people today. People use it for different reasons. People love it or hate it. And why? Why do you feel that way about social media? What is social media to you today, and why? We'll also talk about which platforms are important. I believe that there are 5 important platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. And we'll talk about that, because these are my opinions, and these are the platforms that I have found to be working and, not working. They all have different focuses, if you like to think of it that way. And again, two schools of thought on social media. If you're a marketer, if you're sharing, your product or service, do you just pick one social media platform and focus on it? Or do you stick your big toe at all the 5 different social media platforms and try to go wide, I call it, touch many different people on many different platforms? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but there are different methods, and those are the 2 schools of thought we're going to be talking about. Comment on others. Again, I feel, in my experience, the amount of comments are getting less and less, especially on Facebook, but also on other social media platforms. But if we direct people to private messaging, people feel a lot safer. They feel much more connected. And there is a process that we utilize, that we spend time building a relationship inside the private messaging platform, and then we ask for a phone number. A phone number. Imagine that. And here's another cool thing we do in addition to text messaging. Super powerful. We call. We call and we say hello. We set up face-to-face appointments for coffee. I know, revolutionary, right? But yeah, private messaging, very, very powerful. And I think more businesses should use it. We'll also talk about the frequency of your posts. Again, also on the topic of frequency, we'll talk about organic reach of your posts. And of course, the use of video. If you're not using video, well, I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at day 2. Again, going over kind of some of the same things. We're going to talk about email. We're going to talk about how I prefer text messaging and private messaging over email. But I want to know how today in 2017, it's almost March, tomorrow's March, how are you using email to get your message across, to convey emotions, to market your message? I like this little next ditty too. With great power. People take social media very, very seriously. Their livelihoods are kept on social media. Baby pictures, family gatherings, their political opinions. I try not to dabble in political opinions online, but people get heated. People are trying to evoke emotion in you. But also, just a little bit of advice, don't take everything so seriously. Try to, I have a buddy, one of his workshops is about unplugging, Yes, I believe social media has changed the very fabric of our modern society. But also, there's a whole new movement about being unplugged. So we'll talk about that too. Always authenticity, transparency, and truthiness. I love that word, truthiness. If you guys watched the Stephen Colbert show a couple years back, truthiness. Doesn't that apply to our life and times today. We'll talk about live streaming. Should you post consistently? Should you post scheduled? Or should you post at random times of the day? And also being open to new methods, because social media is changing so fast. There's new things coming up from the day I formatted this workshop a couple months back until today. Boom, so much has changed. Of course, invite your team, invite your friends, let them know all about it. And let's talk about the Facebook updates you need to know. So I'm rambling on. I was going to show you the invite here. Let's go to Facebook. Hope you're seeing all this. Oh, there's my nephew. It was his birthday yesterday. He just turned 18. God bless him. I am going to events right here. The event that I am hosting that we are talking about, social media like a boss. What's up, Angela? Here's the page. Here's the invite. Look up here. Hey, Laura, what's up? You need pink drink. She's so funny. I love you, Laura. But again, right here, March 30th in Las Vegas. Come check it out. Every day we're posting new stuff in the discussions. We're talking about organic reach. There's a free chapter of my audiobook. There's my buddy Lisa. Yes, every hour I post. Google Voice. Oh, that's a huge piece. Greg, if you're out there, if you're listening, I'm going to talk about Google Voice and different ways it can be used. And there are other apps for iOS. I'm not an Android guy. For iOS that also offer free phone numbers, free voicemail, free SMS, Autobot texting. We'll definitely talk about that later. But that's all I got for now. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me babble. Any questions, hit the private messenger. I'm out. Okay, 8:30. We got stuff to do, meetings to go to. Love ya. Bye.